Good evening and thank you for joining us. Speaking at the second plenary meeting of the annual session of the National People's Congress, NPC Standing Committee Chairman Zhao Leji said the government must safeguard the Constitution and Basic Law this year. This as he stressed the central government will ensure the special administrative regions better understand the constitutional order. Timothy Lee tells us more.
The latest plenary meeting was held at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing, with President Xi Jinping and other state leaders among its attendees. In his work report speech, NPC Standing Committee Chairman Zhao Leji noted the Standing Committee has successfully refined the Constitution, as well as relevant legal systems over the past year. He added that enforcement of the Constitution has been strengthened with its dignity preserved. In a bid to enable residents of Hong Kong and Macau to have better understanding of the Constitution, Zhao said Constitutional Day seminars have been held in the SARs. On the realization of the goals of the 15th five-year plan, the Standing Committee Chairman said more research will be conducted on the development of infrastructure in the Greater Bay Area. This as the Supreme People's Procurator, Ying Yang, said in its work report it has cracked down on opposing forces over the past year while embracing the spirit of national security. He reported that cooperation with Hong Kong and Macau counterparts had been strengthened over the previous year, while listing some of their most prominent prosecution work conducted last year, such as the Zhuhai car attack that killed 35 people. Timothy Lee, TVB News.
The government work report delivered by Premier Li Qiang at the opening meeting of the third session of the 14th National People's Congress on Wednesday underscored the need to develop new productive forces. Here in Hong Kong, the Productivity Council organized its first New Productive Forces job fair today. The Hong Kong Productivity Council held its inaugural recruitment fair to attract talent for industries and positions related to new productive forces, which is one of the policy directions spotlighted in Chief Executive John Lee's policy address last year. New productive forces was first mentioned by President Xi Jinping in 2023, referring to new forms of innovative production that use advanced technology. The fair features more than 40 major companies, including local and international tech, banking, and retail giants, with the likes of Alibaba, Huawei, Cathay Pacific, L'Oreal, and CLP. Positions offered include data engineers, AI architects, and digital marketing specialists.
In Hong Kong, we have a very good and well-renowned university, and they train a lot of students who are very good at using the digital technologies, artificial intelligence. So we are really looking forward to attract the talents to join our industry.
There are a lot of opportunities here in Hong Kong. There are a lot of companies, they have all sorts of needs, and they want to try and to implement AI assistant or AI applications into their workflow.
I come back to Hong Kong because I prefer to Hong Kong, but instead of UK.
Do you think job opportunities are more here as well?
Yeah, more than mainland China.
Attendees are also treated to a complimentary professional photo shoot. Multiple career seminars were held.
Thank you for your time.
The job fair also offers AI-powered interview training services, which can customize questions based on the interviewee CV. The system will then generate instant feedback for users to evaluate their performances. Commissioner for Innovation and Technology Ivan Lee said talent is key to the city's development of new productive forces, and it's important to find ways to not just attract but also retain these skilled workers in Hong Kong. Despite a weak property market, Secretary for Development Bernadette Lin stressed the government will not stop the rollout of residential sites to prop up the property market. The government will not roll out commercial sites for sale in the coming fiscal year, as announced in this year's budget. Secretary for Development Bernadette Lin said the current vacancy rate of Grade A office buildings in Hong Kong is 50 million square feet, and it may take 7 to 10 years for the market to absorb it. She said the government will also consider converting some commercial land into residential use, including sites in Tongcheng, Hengshui-Qiu-Ha-Chun, Shekmun in Shatin, Kowloon Bay, and Kuntong. She stressed the government won't suspend the sale of residential sites.
都係照顧我哋社會市民大眾。
The Secretary for Development said the government is trying to cater to the hopes for more affordable housing in society. On whether developers are allowed to pay the land premium in installments for the development of the northern metropolis, Lin said the government will tap opinions from developers in the market sentiment survey.
我哋合共已獲撥款進行嘅。
Lin said that's owing to the high cost of investment because each pilot zone there requires $10 to $20 billion in investment. Police arrested 6 youngsters on suspicion of repeatedly slapping a 14-year-old girl last year. 2 of them are minors. Online footage showed a girl being surrounded by more than 10 teenagers. Multiple girls took turns to slap her and claimed she had spoken ill of others. The girl was slapped around 15 times. Sources say the girl, accompanied by her guardian, reported the case to the police on Friday after the video went viral online. Police rounded up 1 male suspect and 5 female suspects, aged between 15 and 22, within 24 hours after receiving the report. Some of them have tried backgrounds. The police said they are all teenagers who frequent the Yaochimong district. Several alleged assailants remain at large. South Korea's impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol was released from prison today. Yoon waved at his supporters and bowed after he came out of a detention center in Seoul. His release came a day after a Seoul court canceled his arrest to allow him to stand trial for his rebellion charge without being physically detained. Yoon was arrested and indicted by prosecutors in January over his December 3rd martial law decree that plunged the country into political turmoil. In a statement distributed by his lawyers, Yoon said that he appreciates the courage and decision by the Seoul Central District Court to correct illegality. The Constitutional Court will decide whether to formally dismiss or reinstate Yoon. China announced today it will impose additional tariffs on some products imported from Canada based on the ruling of an anti-discrimination probe. Effective from March 20th, an additional 100% tariff will be imposed on imported rapeseed oil, oil cakes, and peas originating from Canada. Aquatic products and pork will be subject to an additional 25% tariff. The decision comes after China's anti-discrimination probe into Canada's trade practices. Last August, Canada announced that it will implement a 100% surtax on all Chinese-made electric vehicles. That's in addition to imposing a 25% surtax on imports of steel and aluminium products from China. China's investigation concluded the measures taken by Canada constitute discriminatory restrictions that disrupted normal trade. Today is International Women's Day. Chief Executive John Lee and his wife attended a reception to thank local women for their contributions to the city. The couple attended the International Women's Day themed reception at the government headquarters along with 7 female policy secretaries in the current administration. Speaking at the event, the CE noted women make up 54% of the city's population and more than half of all lawyers and accountants. He praised them for their achievements and success in making the community better. Meanwhile, Secretary for Home and Youth Affairs Alice Mack noted authorities will continue to support and nurture women in the city via the Women Empowerment Fund and other similar platforms. A story of women supporting women. In our special feature for International Women's Day, TVB News spoke with a Hong Kong charity that has helped more than 50,000 young women, teenage girls, and even children facing unexpected pregnancies. The group's house moms provide not just day-to-day care to these vulnerable girls, but also taught them lifelong lessons and skills to gear up for the new chapter of life after pregnancy, one girl at a time. The excitement of motherhood heralded by these bundles of joy. But such joy can be overshadowed by anxiety and uncertainty, especially for underage moms. With a mission to see every child in a loving family, this non-profit organization has been supporting girls aged between 12 and 25, roiled by crisis pregnancies since 1987. In a residential care system, the girls can stay with house moms here to learn how to take care of themselves and their babies while navigating such tumultuous times in their life in a safe and non-judgmental space. One of them is Rami, who has cared for more than 100 pregnant teenage girls here for a decade.
They don't have a mother figure, and then they didn't know what is a life, how to prepare themselves for become a mother, have a family. And I will guide them to the right way and then share experience of them. And what I see sometimes that they didn't see their talent for kind of, like, example, cooking.
This as some girls grew up in a more complicated household with self-harm tendencies, and the lodging here offers the girls different activities and workshops to explore their interests and talent.
They have a good time there. They don't feel like very lonely.
When Mother's Choice was established, around 90% of the pregnant moms they served chose adoption plans for their babies. In recent years, around half opted for self-parenting, leading to an increased need to boost their parenting skills. 2 years ago, the organization started offering a first 100-day parent-child accommodation program for mothers and babies, which include teaching skills to care for infants, including breastfeeding and bathing.
We really hope that we can be a catalyst to continue to offer that support and to also mobilize and join hands with the community to do that, because everyone has a role to play. We cannot do it as one organization, and it takes all of us to really make a difference.
And that's the news. Thank you for watching.